Well, first, let's clarify really what perspective is. Perspective, in my opinion, is your ability to see the other side of a thing. You know, your ability to see the other side is truly what perspective is. You know, in one stance, a person could be saying, man, my life is bad. I'm going through this, I'm going through that. But the other side of that perspective is saying, you know, this won't be like this always, and this stuff is not happening to me, it's happening for me. It's setting me up for something great, for something big, for something good. So I guess in order to have positive perspective, you have to, one, be optimistic about life and say, you know what, anything could happen at any moment. One of the greatest examples of perspective I've got in my life, it actually came from a movie. How y'all ladies doing? It came from a movie. I was watching Castaway with Tom Hanks. One of my favorite movies in the world, and I know some of y'all, if y'all seen the movie, like, man, that movie boring, but the movie is filled with so much wisdom. But one of my favorite moments about perspective was, a guy asked him, man, you was on that island for 4 years. How did you survive? And he said something that shifted my whole life. He was stuck on the island. He had no food. He had no friends. Nobody was there with him. He was all by himself. He couldn't even wash himself. His whole life had changed. A complete paradigm shift in his life. Everything has changed. But he said one thing that shows me the power of perspective. He said, you never know what the tide will wash in the next day. You never know what the tide will wash in the next day. He had a positive perspective, said, if I just make it one more day, the moment I've been waiting for could arrive. It could wash right up on the shore, a piece of supplies, a rescue boat, anybody, the next day. So he said, if I could just make it to the next day, then I will be all right. And for some of y'all, that's what you need to change your perspective as. Look, I know life is tough, man. We done been hit with COVID. People are losing jobs. We're stuck in the house. Our life has completely changed. But let me remind you that every day you wake up is a blessing. And you have to find that blessing in it and say, what does today have to bring me? Find the greater perspective about the day. Because we all can agree with the glass can be half full or the glass could be half empty. But a positive perspective says this: I'm grateful to even have the glass, and I'm acknowledging that there's something in it, right? So I need you all to understand that when it comes down to perspective, you got to see the brighter side of things. Yes, it's a dark side to it, but where there's darkness, there's always light. And remember that the presence of darkness does not mean the absence of God. One of my favorite scriptures in Genesis 1, it said, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness ruled over the face of the earth. And the Spirit of God moved among the waters. And then he spoke, let there be light. Just because there's darkness in your life does not mean God is not present. God is present in all things. He's present in the darkness, and he's waiting to speak light over your life. So I need you to have a positive perspective and believe that things are going to turn around. That's my thing about perspective. Look, we're going to talk again soon.